Imagine giving birth on the same day as your sister, experiencing the joy of motherhood together, only to discover years later that the child you raised wasn't biologically yours. That's exactly what happened to Catherine Vaughn and Anna McNeil, two inseparable sisters from the quiet town of Maplewood. But how did this unimaginable mix-up happen, and what would they do once they uncovered the truth? Catherine and Anna weren't just siblings, they were best friends. Growing up, they did everything together, hiking through the woods, sharing secrets during sleepovers, and navigating life's highs and lows side by side. Even as they grew older, got married and settled into their own lives, their bond remained unbreakable. Then fate played a curious hand. They discovered they were pregnant at the same time. What were the chances? The sisters saw it as yet another shared milestone, a beautiful twist in their lifelong connection. Catherine married to Daniel, a warm-hearted teacher, and Anna married to Marcus, a dedicated nurse, spent countless evenings together, exchanging baby name ideas and preparing for motherhood. As their due dates approached, something strange happened. The doctors confirmed their deliveries would likely happen within days of each other, if not the same day. Catherine, ever the planner, prepared for every possibility. Anna, more carefree, joked about their babies becoming birthday twins, but neither of them could have predicted just how entwined their fates were about to become. One winter evening, as the wind howled outside, both sisters went into labor. The frantic rush to Northwood General Hospital began, their husbands by their sides. The hospital staff marveled at the rare occurrence, two sisters giving birth within minutes of each. Catherine was the first to deliver, a healthy baby boy with soft grasping fingers and a tiny cry. Minutes later, Anna brought her son into the world, his strong cries announcing his arrival. The new mothers cradled their newborns with overwhelming love, unaware that a single mistake would change their lives forever. That week, the hospital was in chaos. A sudden influx of births, staff shortages, and a technical error in the nursery's tracking system created the perfect storm. In the shuffle, a mix-up occurred. A simple wristband, nearly identical to another, was mistakenly switched. No one noticed, no alarm sounded. And so Catherine took home the child swaddled in a yellow blanket, believing he was her son. Anna left with the baby wrapped in green, never questioning the hospital's process. For the next 7 years, life moved forward. Catherine's son Elijah grew into a curious, bright-eyed boy who loved puzzles and adventure. Anna's son Carter was gentle and introspective, often found with his nose buried in a book. Strangely, family members often joked that Elijah reminded them of Marcus, while Carter had Daniel's quiet, studious nature. It was amusing, until it wasn't. Then one routine doctor's visit unraveled everything. A new pediatric clinic, routine checkups, standard blood tests. That's when the doctor noticed something odd. Elijah's blood type didn't match Catherine's or Daniel's. The same anomaly appeared in Carter's results. The doctor shrugged. Probably just an error in the records, but Catherine couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. That night, she and Anna sat together, staring at their sons, feeling the creeping weight of doubt settle into their hearts. Finally, they agreed to take matters into their own hands. A private DNA test. Days later, the results arrived. Catherine's hands trembled as she unfolded the paper. Her breath hitched. Probability of maternity, 0%. The words blurred before her eyes. She wasn't Elijah's biological mother. Anna's results told the same story. Carter wasn't hers. A hospital mistake, a life-altering swap. Their children had been switched at birth. The sisters reeled in shock. Their husbands sat in stunned silence. How could this have happened? Anger, disbelief, and the most devastating question of all. The thought of switching back after 7 years was unbearable. They had nurtured, loved, and raised these boys as their own. But at the same time, the pull of their biological children gnawed at them. Determined to uncover the truth, Catherine and Anna dug into hospital records, old logs, shift schedules, hidden mistakes buried under bureaucracy, and then finally, confirmation. The switch had happened, a clerical error, a moment of oversight, a single irreversible mistake. The families faced an impossible decision: file a lawsuit, demand justice, or focus on the only thing that truly mattered. The boys, with heavy hearts, they sought professional guidance. Child psychologists advised them to reveal the truth carefully, ensuring the boys felt safe and loved. But how could a child understand such an earth-shattering revelation? They gathered in Anna's living room, the place where so many memories had been made. Elijah and Carter, best friends, sat side by side, their eyes wide with curiosity. The room was thick with emotion as their parents carefully explained what had happened. Elijah, Carter. There's something very important we need to tell you. The boys listened, their young minds struggling to process the words. Elijah, always inquisitive, asked endless questions. Carter sat in silence, glancing between his parents. But something unexpected happened. As the conversation unfolded, a strange sense of relief filled the air. The boys weren't losing a family, they were gaining one. Instead of an abrupt switch, the families made a groundbreaking decision. A blended family. More shared time, more dinners together. More love, not less. The transition was slow, filled with challenges, but it was navigated with care. Elijah grew closer to Mark, bonding over chess and late-night talks. Carter found solace in Daniel's love for building and fixing things. Yet both boys continued returning home to the mothers who had raised them, falling asleep to familiar bedtime stories, eating their favorite homemade meals. Neighbors gossiped. The town murmured about the bizarre baby swap. But Catherine and Anna knew the truth. Their family had expanded, not fractured. A year later, under the golden glow of a summer sunset, the families gathered for a picnic in Maplewood Park. Elijah and Carter raced across the grass, their laughter ringing through the air. Catherine and Anna sat together, watching their sons, play without a care in the world. They had been given an unimaginable story, but instead of letting it tear them apart, they built something extraordinary. A family not bound by biology alone, but by love, resilience, and an unbreakable bond. And now we ask you, what would you do if you discovered your child wasn't biologically yours? Would you switch back, or would you choose to keep raising the child you'd loved all these years? This story challenges everything we believe about family, love, and identity. Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one story that demands